Holy shit! It's my Oscar predictions for August of 2021! Gee, thanks. Anyways, guys, it's still a little bit too early to make any definitive list. I mean, please keep in mind that a lot of what I'm about to talk about can end up sucking. Some of these films can end up getting delayed to 2022. Some of the films can end up sucking. Some of the films can get straight out canceled. And of course, most importantly, some of these films can end up sucking. Really want to emphasize that some of these films are just going to be fucking terrible. So, just chill the fuck out. Anyways, with that cheery pep talk out of the way, let's begin with Best Picture. There it is, guys. My Best Picture predictions. Feel free to write your angry comments right now as I go through these. So first and foremost, I really want Soggy Bottom to be the standout film. It's that film that Paul finally breaks into all audiences, not just the critics, but general audiences really get behind. I think it has the potential to be the big star of the year. But that being said, it also has the potential to getting pushed to 2022. Still doesn't have an official title. Man, just keep it Soggy Bottom. The title's fantastic. Just keep it. But yeah, it's nagging feeling. It's telling me that I think it could get pushed. Another one that could get pushed is Nightmare Alley. I know Guillermo is rushing to get it done. And yeah, I think like a first draft, he said, of the entire product is done. He's just got to work on it more. So there's a good chance that it might not get finished in time. So those two films could very well be out of the running. Apart from that, Dune, I've said it a million times, I'm going to say it a million more. I think Dune really does have the potential to be the Mad Max Fury Road of this year. And honestly, I think it's time for the Oscars to award another big AAA, like this big budget picture, action picture that everybody gets behind the award again. Think like Lord of the Rings. Where it's not just the critics, it's not just the Oscars, but also the fans that are just like, yeah, hell yeah, we agree with that when we finally agree on a film for once. I think Dune really has the potential to be that film. So yeah, definitely fingers crossed on that one. Tragedy Macbeth, of course, I'm really looking forward to it. I want to see what Joel can do on his own. House of Gucci, it's Ridley Scott. Oscars is gonna suck his dick, so... yeah, trailer just came out not that long ago. It looks fucking ridiculous, but whatever. West Side Story's on here because, In the Heights was a fucking disaster. Whew. And feel free to call me out. I know I said In the Heights looked like that big summer blockbuster that ended up flopping hard. It turned out to be the Five Bloods of this year. So, not good. Coda is on here. So I have Coda just because... I feel it's the one that's proven itself so far. I know a lot of people kind of don't have this one. They have Power of the Dog, Jane Campion's new film. I'm just not convinced about that one just yet. I need to see a trailer. I need to see something more about it because just based off the synopsis, it sounds like a melodrama. It does not sound pleasing to me. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, this is her return to the Oscars. But please keep in mind, just because somebody was an Oscar darling in the past definitely doesn't mean they're going to be an Oscar darling now. So for now, I'll keep Coda, but that one also has the possibility to get swapped out. Flea has the biggest potential to break records and get nominated so many places. So I'm not going to spoil what it is. If you don't know, just know this isn't the last time you're going to hear me talk about Flea. A Hero, this is Asghar Farhadi's newest film. A lot of people are talking about it being that foreign film that breaks into Best Picture, possibly Best Director. Probably not from what I've been hearing. I hear it's a good film. It's just not his best, so maybe they're not going to get behind this one. But I could be wrong. If there's no other foreign film that kind of makes the leap, I feel they could still push on him or, do the Oscar thing and just fucking, just go the white route. They love that. And then lastly of all, I have Pig, because I really like it. Pig's one of my favorite films of the year so far. I would really like to see it nominated. It's not going to. It's basically in the exact same spot that I had First Cow last year, where it's very well liked by the critics. Audiences are kind of whatever about it, and I think it's just too weird to really break into the Oscars. But hey, I can dream, right? I can dream. For director, I think this is actually a pretty good lineup I have. This is really what I would like to see. I think Denis Villeneuve needs to be honored. I think he's a fantastic director, probably one of my favorites working in Hollywood right now. And my personal opinion, I really don't think he's made a bad film yet. So I think it's only a matter of time before he takes home the Oscar. Maybe it could be this year. We'll find out. Paul Thomas Anderson, of course, if Soggy Bottom is as big as I hope it's going to be, I feel he's also going to be in the talks for director. I think Sian Heder for Coda, but again, if you're more Power of the Dog, by all means, put Jane on there. This could also be swapped out next month or the following month whenever I get a chance to see the films or at least a trailer for Power of the Dog, and it convinces me otherwise. Joel Coen, be cool if he got nominated by himself. You know, it would be the testament of, hey, I can do this without my brother. So that'd be pretty cool to see him there. And then again, Asghar Farhadi for A Hero, I think potential, but it's not looking very likely. I just think this is a pretty good lineup, what I have right here. But again, things can change, things can suck. Actor also has the biggest possibility of having the most interesting, diverse cast or diverse lineup. You have Denzel Washington for The Tragedy of Macbeth. It'd be really cool to see him nominated for a role like this. Adam Driver for House of Gucci. You know, whatever my personal opinions are going to be for House of Gucci, I like Adam. I think he's a great actor, so he could very well be the standout performance. It's got to be to make me not laugh at those horrendous accents. Amia Jadidi, who's the lead protagonist for A Hero. Really cool to see him being nominated along with this group of people. It'd be really nice. And if A Hero ends up being as big as some people are thinking it might be, it wouldn't be a surprise to see him on here as well. Justin Chon for Blue Bayou. That'd be another really good one. I have heard mixed things about Blue Bayou, so I don't really have it anywhere else. But you know, just because a film isn't amazing doesn't mean it can't have amazing things in it, such as the acting. And he has been heralded as being very good in the film. And then last of all, Peter Dinklage for Cyrano. I would like to see Peter nominated. This is just a personal pick of mine. Cyrano looks fucking terrible. Everything I've heard about it has not been good. But again, if Peter does a fantastic job, I would really like to see him nominated, honored at the Oscars. All right, actress. I think the one that is on everybody's mind to the point that I have to kind of just include her here at my number one is Lady Gaga. I think she's going to go the whole, you know, Barbara Streisand, oh shoot, forgot the other singer's name, but that route where, hey, it's a singer, they're bringing into acting, and they've got to get their actress win for the Oscars for whatever reason. It's a loop. Time's going in a loop. We're just seeing history repeat itself here. For my money, though, I would really like to see Jessica Chastain nominated and win for The Eyes of Tammy Faye. I think she's an amazing actress. The Eyes of Tammy Faye, I'm going to say it again, it looks like the Hillbilly Elegy of this year. It looks not good. But if there's two things that also Hillbilly Elegy had that I feel this one's going to have is, first and foremost, actress, and second of all, the makeup. The makeup on Jessica, very well done. But, you know, that's my opinion on that one. Jennifer Hudson for Respect. It'd be cool to see her back at the Oscars, and this time for leading. That'd be really awesome. Frances McDormand for The Tragedy of Macbeth. I mean, she's become this Hollywood favorite icon person. Jesus Christ, is she gonna be like the Meryl Streep now, where she's fucking nominated every year? I guess we'll see. If she's nominated this year, I think that's kind of what we're heading towards. And then lastly of all, Tessa Thompson for Passing. I don't know much about Passing apart from the synopsis. It sounds like it could be good, and I've heard Tessa is really good in it, but this one's just kind of to fill out the top 5 spots. I need to see more before I make a full-on conclusion to that one. All right, moving pretty fast here. We got supporting actor. And for this one, I have Bradley Cooper at my number 1 for Soggy Bottom. Once again, if he gets pushed back, we're just not going to see him. And this is honestly just a personal choice. I think Bradley's great. I think he needs to win the Oscar finally. He's been nominated so many times and for so many goddamn different things. Truly a Renaissance man. It's time for him to win, so here's hoping. But the one that a lot of people are really talking about, I do see, is Richard Jenkins for The Humans. I don't know anything about The Humans, but I heard the character that he's playing has a really juicy performance. I'm trying to word it how they worded it, but there's a scene apparently that really shows whoever gets that role can do. So if it's as amazing as everybody's talking about, you know, there's a chance we could finally see Richard take his Oscar. Willem Dafoe, would love to see him win the Oscar. I talked about this last time. I just feel he's one of those great actors that's never going to be honored, but we're going to see him nominated again at some point. Don't know if it's going to be this year, but I don't think he's done with the Oscars just yet. Jared Leto for House of Gucci, just the fucking makeup on him, and maybe this is going back to good Jared Leto. Maybe. I don't know. And then, again, to round it off, I have Al Pacino for House of Gucci. Again, I'm just placing him there just because it seems like a likely pick, but I need to see more. I need to see more performances. I need to get my hands on more stuff before I can really solidify who that fifth spot could be. It's pretty weak right now with Al. All right, moving right along, we have Best Supporting Actress. I have Ann Dowd for Mass on my number one. The entire cast is getting pushed into supporting for some fucking reason, and that's really gonna hurt. I've heard a lot of really good things about Mass, and one of the biggest things is that everybody in the acting category who's acting in the film needs to win an Oscar. And yeah, that's really not going to happen with everybody getting pushed into the supporting categories now, huh? Anne is probably the one that I see most often talked about, so I'll place her at my number one for now until something else comes around. Marlee Matlin for Coda. I think this is the one aspect of that film that everybody kind of gets behind. A lot of weird reactions to this one. Everybody that I've seen talk about the film has basically come out saying, "Oh my god, it's a crowd pleaser. I cried." And then you ask them, "Oh, so it's a great film." They just go, "Oh yeah, it's okay." Or all right, yeah, it's weird, but maybe I'll understand once I see it. Not much longer now. But Marlee, definitely the one aspect that I'm just like, yeah, she's good. She could get nominated. Toni Collette, please nominate her. Stop Toni Colletting Toni Collette. Nightmare Alley, hopefully, if it doesn't get pushed back. Meryl Streep for Don't Look Up. I have her on there just because I'm not quite sure if this is her comeback or not, or if they've actually ditched her for Frances McDormand. I guess we'll find out soon enough. And then lastly, rounding it off, I have Ariana DeBose for West Side Story. I think this is a pretty good pick as well. Yeah, I think this is a good way to round it off there. So again, just repeating myself, it's very early, so until I see some of these films and until they can prove themselves, or at least a trailer where you can really see their performances, it's really all just a guessing game for now. All right, I'm going to move a little bit faster. For original screenplay, I have Soggy Bottom, Don't Look Up, Mass, A Hero, Respect. Again, if Soggy Bottom ends up being that standout, obviously going to get nominated here. Don't Look Up, Adam McKay tends to get nominated. His films, tend to get nominated for these ones. Yeah, he has a very sharp writing style. Mass, heard that dialogue's pretty heavy, so that makes sense, and so on and so forth. Adapted screenplay, I have The Tragedy of Macbeth, Nightmare Alley, House of Gucci, The French Dispatch, Coda. This is pretty much what you see in my top 10, with the exception of The French Dispatch, which, again, he has very witty writing, so I could see him also getting nominated for this one. Moving on. Film editing, we have Being the Ricardos, West Side Story, Soggy Bottom, Don't Look Up, Dune. A lot of these ones are really just guessing games for now, but I do put Being the Ricardos because it's fucking stupid, gloriously stupid, mind you, as that movie looks. Those films, Aaron Sorkin's films tend to get nominated for the editing, or they seem to be well edited, is what I should say. So I don't see why this film would be any different, at least in that sense. Production design, The French Dispatch, Dune, The Tragedy of Macbeth, West Side Story, Nightmare Alley. Just looking at the trailer for The French Dispatch, holy shit, does that look amazing. You're going to see a lot of Dune. I'm going to talk about a lot of Dune here as well. Again, it has the possibility of getting a lot of the technical nominations and winning a lot of them, I think, as well. Cinematography, The French Dispatch, Dune, House of Gucci, Nightmare Alley, Pig. Again, just looking at the trailer for The French Dispatch, fucking wonderfully shot. Like, those are some really gorgeous shots. Dune is also going to have it, just looking at the trailer. Some really nice, beautiful shots. I threw Pig at number 5. I don't think it's going to get in, but again, just cinematography in that film was also really great. I would really like to see Pig nominated in some way or form. So this is one that there's a possibility, just it's not very high. Costume design, we have Cruella, The French Dispatch, House of Gucci, Nightmare Alley, The Tragedy of Macbeth. I think everybody's already decided that Cruella's going to take this one, and it makes sense because it's a film where the costumes and the costume designs are the central focus of it. Think Phantom Thread, where that one, the costumes, the sewing, all that stuff, that was a central focus of the film. Like the film revolved around that to some degree. So yeah, it makes sense that that's going to be on a lot of people's minds when putting in their vote. Makeup and hairstyling, I have House of Gucci, The Eyes of Tammy Faye, Cineano, Dune, and The Suicide Squad. I gotta add Suicide Squad there because the fucking Suicide Squad won this goddamn award a few years back for some goddamn fucking reason. Whatever, I'm gonna add it here. I'm not gonna make the same mistake. This actually was flipped around. I actually had Eyes of Tammy Faye first and then House of Gucci. But after seeing Jared Leto in the makeup, I think that's what a lot of eyes are going to be on. So, yeah. But I think Eyes of Tammy Faye also, just the way they caked Jessica in all that makeup and really transformed her. Fantastic work. So, there's that. Animated feature film, we have The Mitchells versus the Machines, Flea, Luca, Raya and the Last Dragon, and Encanto. I'm not too sold on animation this year, but this is a fucking same old story. I'm not a huge animation person. I like to talk about it a lot, apparently, but yeah. But Flea, first and foremost, I had it for Best Picture, so this is the first one that it could get nominated for. Animation. So it is an animated film, so just keep that in mind. You're not going to hear the end of it yet. We're going to move on for now. Documentary feature. I have Flea. I have Roadrunner, a film about Anthony Bourdain. Summer of Soul. Rita Moreno, just a girl who decided to go for it. And then In the Same Breath. Again, Flea on here. And yeah, it's not only an animated film, but it is a documentary as well. So very fascinating mix there. And we're not done yet. We actually got one more coming up. As for the other ones, I will mention, I have seen a lot of these already. I saw Roadrunner, very well done. This is from the same guy that did Won't You Be My Neighbor, which I fucking loved. It's probably one of my favorite documentaries of all time. This one, not as good in my personal opinion, but still very well done. Summer of Soul, also very interesting. If you haven't gotten a chance to watch that one, Hulu has it. I really like the way they did it. Rita Moreno been getting really good reviews. And then In the Same Breath, I fucked up last year. I thought that the film about the coronavirus was going to be at the forefront of everybody's mind, and didn't even end up getting nominated. This one also about the coronavirus. I'm not quite as sold on it now. I've been struck a blow, so I'm being cautious with it, but also gotten really good reviews. Who knows, maybe now that there's some passage of time, people are more willing to talk about it, but yeah. International feature film, we have A Hero, The Hand of God, The Worst Person in the World, Flea, and Vendetta. Vendetta most likely not getting in. I just kind of threw it in there. But Flea, let's focus on that one again. Yes, not only is it an animated film, not only is it a documentary, but it is also a foreign film. This film has the possibility of getting nominated in 4 places, especially if they put it for picture. That would be fucking fantastic. It would be really cool to see that happen. Come on, Oscars, make it happen. Moving on to original score, we have The French Dispatch, we have Dune, we have Nightmare Alley, we have Soggy Bottom, and we have Pig. This one probably the least likely for it to get into, but I like the score in Pig, so just a pipe dream, I guess. Honestly, I should probably switch Dune and The French Dispatch. just because you have Hans Zimmer who's doing Dune. This is like a passion project for him. So I don't see why he wouldn't bring his A game. And yeah, you know what? Let's just do that now. Flip them. I have Dune at number 1 now. Not saying that the other ones don't have the possibility of also taking it, but I think Dune with Hans is probably convincing me just a little bit more right now. But we'll have to wait and see. Original song. No fucking idea. No Time to Die from No Time to Die. You know what? I think if the film had come out last year, Billie Eilish would have been set to win because a lot of those songs last year were not very good. So we'll see what she has against her this year. Right now, I have 2 for Encanto. You have Lin-Manuel Miranda working on the music for that one. And as much as a lot of people like to hate on him, you know, I think he does have some talent. So there's that. We'll find out. I have Top Gun Maverick because Lady Gaga's singing a song for it. So possibility there. And then whatever bullshit song House of Gucci ends up making, if they're going to make anything, possibility there as well. Almost done, guys. Let's move on to sound here. We have Dune, we have Top Gun Maverick, we have Eternals, we have The Matrix 4, and we have A Quiet Place Part 2. The first Quiet Place also getting nominated for a sound category, so I don't see why this one wouldn't possibly get in. I think Dune's got this in the bag. It seems like the most likely, but, you know. Visual effects, also Dune, Godzilla vs. Kong, Eternals, The Matrix 4, and Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Seems like a good round of it, but we'll see. Again, I think Dune has the edge on this one. And then lastly of all, guys, we have the shorts category. Most people don't talk about these categories. And I know because it's really hard to find what's coming out, all the possibilities, all that stuff. It's really hard, actually. But I hate leaving these categories out. These are people that have worked hard, that maybe also want to get nominated for the Oscars, and I'm going to honor them here. But again, a lot of this was just me really digging deep to try to find something. So I'm not going to be the best expert when it comes to these categories. Starting off with, I think, my strongest one, animated short. The one that's most likely right now, I think, is Skin Like Mine. This is based off the book, the very popular book. They're actually making it into a short that's coming out later this year, and it seems like the no-brainer there. Are You Okay? About a kid who stands up for this other kid who's being bullied, and as a result ends up being the person that everybody kind of bullies. That seems pretty relatable. I think a lot of people have experienced that to some degree in their life. Dino Bone, this one's great. This is about a father who takes his kid to go to a dinosaur museum, and then some of the dinosaurs are in, you know, sexual positions, and so he has to kind of make up a story. I don't know, it sounds cute, has the possibility of doing something great with it. Us Again, you can actually see this one already on Disney Plus, and then Glimpse is just kind of the one that I threw on there because I have no idea. I have no idea whatsoever. Documentary short, I have The Cleanup. This seems like the most interesting one, where it's a bunch of environmentalists discussing a project. I can't remember what the project is. I think it's like they're trying to clean up this place, but because they're constantly bickering with one another, it's actually halting the progress of cleaning. So I think that's a very interesting concept. The Last Cruise, you can actually see this one right now on Hulu. It's, as it says, it's about the princess, I believe it's called, that left from Japan, and it got COVID. There was COVID just broke out on that ship, and people were contained there for days and days, and it was just a nightmare for the people on board. Britney Spears Fighting for Freedom. Britney Spears, very hot topic right now, so I don't see why she wouldn't get in. And then the last two, again, just to kind of throw on there. Don't know too much about those other ones. And then live action short, which is definitely my weakest, to the point that I only have one that I'm somewhat kind of confident on, and that would be First Dates Are Back. Kind of a cute concept where, you know, now that people are kind of going back out in the world and interacting with one another, this is just, hey, first dates are back. People, there's I think it's just following one person and him going on a date. I don't know. It sounded cute. The rest of them, I have no fucking idea. So, I don't know. Take that for what it's worth. Again, these people work hard on these shorts. They work hard. It's a lot of work. And I feel it's not right to just say, hey, I have no idea about these categories, so I'm just not going to fucking talk about them at all. I've always hated that. I'm not going to do that. So there they are. So yeah, those are my Oscar predictions for 2022. What do you guys think? Am I completely wrong about everything? Probably. Just let me know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Again, these are just kind of almost like placeholders at this point in time. Just like, oh, this seems like the most promising. That's probably going to get nominated. This is the bullshit one that everybody nominates. But as we go and get closer, obviously these are going to become more focused. We're going to see really where their placements lie. There's some that are just not going to be on the board anymore. There's new ones that are going to come in. And that's the exciting part, right? Because if I could predict the fucking Oscars at this point in time, good Lord, would that be really boring. And anybody else that can predict them perfectly this early, I don't know, man. I feel sorry for you. I think that's pretty goddamn boring. I like surprises. I like to be shocked. As long as it's a good shock, just don't be fucking racist. That shouldn't be hard to do, right? I don't know. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Like always, guys, stay safe out there. And until next time, have a good one.